Hello and welcome back to another mini-series of Rewriting History. If you've not seen the previous ones that we've done quite a few now. There'll be a link to the playlist just up at the top of the screen if you want to go and have a look at some of the other ones. But today we are going to start with Hertha Berlin. So there are 5 games left in the Bundesliga season. This is obviously based off a real-life mod database with all the real-life results from last season. So 5 games left. Our objective is to try and save Hertha Berlin or Hertha BSC from relegation. Now, we've got a pretty difficult first game as well, as we are playing against who turned out to be eventual Bundesliga champions, Bayern, in our first game in charge. In today's episode, we'll play the Bayern game and the game against Stuttgart as well. Stuttgart, obviously, down the bottom of the table with us, so if we can beat them, that would be a nice bit of progress. So just taking a look at the league table as it stands as we head into the first game against Bayern. We are rock bottom of the table. 22 points is what we've got. We're 4 points adrift of Stuttgart, but they've played a game more than us. They've already played this game week. We are playing on the Sunday. A surprise win today, could take us to within a point of Stuttgart. Not expecting a win at all. Expecting to get battered, really, if anything. So Bayern, obviously, they're going to be trying to overtake Dortmund in the table. Dortmund must have dropped points, actually. Dortmund lost to Bochum. That's not good for them. So Bayern know that if they win against us, they actually go to the top of the table. So this is the lineup that we're going with. It's a bit of an odd formation, but it's pretty much a 4-2-3-1. Just we've got a defensive midfielder and a centre midfielder. So we are going to start things off with a gegenpress. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but it's literally, I always play with a gegenpress, so I don't know anything else. And we might change it to a fluid counter attack, or even try and park the bus if Bayern start just battering us. But the best form of attack is attack. Is that what I was meaning to say? I don't really know. The best form of defense is attack. That's the phrase, isn't it? So looking at the lineup that we've got, we have Oliver Christensen playing in goal as a sweeper keeper. At right back, we've got John Joe Kenny. Mark Oliver Kempf and Filip Juremovic are in central defence. Marvin Plattenhardt at left back. Lucas Toussaint is our defensive midfielder on a ball-winning midfield role with defend duty on. And Stuart Serdar is our centre mid as a Metzaler and support. At right wing, we've got Dudi Lukebakio. At left wing, we've got Marco Richter. Attacking centre midfield, we have Jean-Paul Boetius, and up front, as a pressing forward on attack, we have Wilfried Kanga. This is going to be a very tough game, a very, very tough game. First chance of the game, it's a free kick. Kimmich with a free kick towards Mane, and it's 1-0 to Bayern after less than 6 minutes played. Another free kick, and I think I'm going to have to change the tactic. Kimmich with the ball in. Blind's there at the back post. It's handled well by Christensen. Now, this game finished 2-0 to Bayern in real life. I think I would take a 2-0 win at this stage, as it does look like we're about to get absolutely battered by them. But long ball forward from Christensen, and that is not really going to come to anything. Upamecano, now Kimmich, and it looks like Bayern are going to be on the attack once more with Gnabry. Toussaint tries to tackle, but Mane's coming away with it. It's Mane now for Bayern. Mane through on goal. Mane, great save from Christensen in goal, and we managed to hook that clear. Okay, tactical change. What are we going to do? We've switched it to a fluid counter-attack, pretty much. We've just added the extra instruction of be more disciplined to the base fluid counter-attack tactical style. So hopefully this is going to make us a bit more solid at the back. Throw in an advanced position for Bayern. It's how Cancelo to take it. Finds Kimmich, back to Cancelo, into the box. Now Musiala with the shot. Christensen came out, and that has gone out for a corner. Kimmich to take it from the right-hand side. It's been all about the set pieces so far. Delict at the near post, and that is looped over the bar, thankfully for us. Throw in, just inside the Bayern half. Can we just make some sort of chance here? It's Plattenhardt. Back to Juremovic. Long ball forward isn't really going to get to any one of our players, and Blind can come away with it for Bayern now. Mane to Gnabry. Now Muller. Cancelo with some space down the right-hand side. We need to try and close him down. He gets a ball across into the box. Kenny heads it away, but it's going to come to Musiala on the left-hand side. He plays a ball into the box towards Muller, headed away by Toussaint there. Richter heads it further away, but only to Kimmich. And now Cancelo's got it for Bayern, and they can launch yet another attack. This game, it feels like it's been going on forever already, and I want it to end. It's Davies inside to Musiala. Ball to the back post, Cancelo. And I'd argue the goalkeeper should be saving that. That was straight down his throat. He didn't even put his hands up. Cancelo makes it 2-0 to Bayern. And we are in some deep, deep trouble. Yet another corner for Bayern. Kimmich near post. It's Choupo-Moting who heads it over this time. If we can just keep this at 2-0, I will be happy. I'll be fine with that. Bayern coming forward once more, though. De Ligt finds Kimmich on the halfway line. Now Choupo-Moting inside to Gnabry. Muller now for Bayern. Cancelo with space looking for another goal. It's Cancelo. Good save from Christensen and cleared by Kenny. So at half time, everyone looked a bit motivated, so I didn't bother making any changes, but I think it's time for changes. So Kenny's having a stinker at right back, but I guess we can move Juranovic. We'll move Juranovic to right back. Kenny can come off. We'll bring on Rogel at centre back. Suat Serdar is going to make way for Ivan Sunic. Sunic is going to drop down to a defensive midfielder, and we'll leave him as a defensive midfielder on support. We're going to move Boetius into the left wing role. We're going to take Richter off, and we're going to bring on Kevin Prince Boateng because he's the only man looking motivated on the bench. Musiala comes away with the ball for Bayern, and they can get on the attack. But Lukebakio wins possession and then gives it straight back to Bayern. And now De Ligt with the ball at the back. Davies back to De Ligt. Now Choupo-Moting. Long ball from him, searching towards Muller. I think Muller gets there somehow. Gnabry's surely offside there. Gnabry with a shot. Good save from Christensen. And then cleared, but only to Davies. And Bayern are on the attack once more. Great tackle from Kanga getting back there. The striker making an important challenge. It could have been an important challenge if Bayern hadn't just gone and done that. So Muller has just given them their third goal of the game. We are now doing worse than Hertha did in real life, losing that extra goal. I don't see where a goal from us is going to come from. So we just have to suffer the pain of watching another 17 minutes of this game. And there's the full-time whistle. It's not as bad as it could have been when Mane scored in the 6th minute. I thought we were going to get battered by about 6 or 7, but it ends up being a 3-0 defeat at Bayern. It's the hardest possible start, really. So if we take a look at the league table, we are still bottom of the table, still 4 points adrift of our nearest team to us, who were in 17th, and 5 points adrift of Schalke, who occupy the relegation play-out place. We're not even going to concentrate on getting out of any form of relegation place because Hoffenheim on 7 points more than us I feel like that's a bridge too far for us. If we take a look at the comparison side by side of the real table compared to how we're doing in game, you'll see that we're identical apart from that one worse goal difference that we currently have. Elsewhere on the league table, Stuttgart are in a bit of a worse position than on the left-hand side table. They have 2 points less, so I'm guessing they lost this game week against Borussia Mönchengladbach when in real life they actually won. And then Schalke are doing slightly better off because they're up in 16th instead of down in 17th. And then Bochum, they're also doing a bit better, up in 14th rather than 16th. At the top of the table, Bayern have overtaken Dortmund, as was the case. Dortmund, though, losing their game, as we covered earlier, against Bochum, I believe, rather than drawing like they did in real life. Elsewhere in the European qualification places, Union Berlin are still third. RB Leipzig are up in 4th rather than 5th. Freiburg down into 5th. Leverkusen 6th. And Mainz are 7th rather than Wolfsburg, who are down in 9th. Okay, so we're here for our second game in charge of Hertha. It's not as much of a challenge as Bayern, but we definitely need to win it. It's against Stuttgart. We are at home. Stuttgart, obviously, are just 1 place above us in the league table. 4 points above us, though, so a win today can take us to within a point of them. Elsewhere in the relegation battle, Schalke have already played this game week and they lost, thankfully, against Mainz. So that means they are still on 27 points. We have a game in hand on them, so we can close the gap on them as well. But obviously, we do need to win against Stuttgart. Okay, so we are making a change from the last game. I don't think it's really fair to compare how the players did against Bayern, because that is just it's a game where they were never going to win. So just the one change, and that is in centre midfield. I felt as though the Metala wasn't really working for us with Suat Serdar. So I brought Tolga Kigierci in as a box-to-box midfielder on support, just to give us a bit more going forward. Obviously, Stuttgart are a side that we should be able to attack. We're at home. They are down in the relegation dogfight with us. We're both going to be giving it our all. Let's hope we can get a positive result. Free kick, first highlight of the game. It's Stuttgart with the ball. Kampf with a good interception there and possibly a chance for us to get on the attack. Juremovic with the ball forward to Richter. Now Plattenhardt, the left back, inside to Toussaint. Richter once more as we go over the halfway line into Stuttgart's half for the first time that at least we've seen in this game so far. Toussaint once more. That's not the place we want you to be losing the ball, Toussaint. And Endo comes forward with it. Now it's Silas for Stuttgart. Toussaint, though, making up for his mistake by doing a lovely challenge. But then with dispossessed once more, it's Silas once again on the right-hand side. Ball in the box. Haraguchi's there. And that's just over the goal. Oh, that was just all about Toussaint, that highlight. Zagadou. Cross to Anton. Now Atakan Karazor. Stuttgart just looking for options ahead of them. And that's a perfect pass for me. Plattenhardt just needs to make sure he doesn't give the ball away to them. And we can get on the attack. Toussaint to Boetius. Now Shigirchi, Tolga Shigirchi, switches it to the right towards Kenny, but he doesn't win the ball. And Kenny is looking like an absolute liability at the minute. Played terribly against Bayern. That is not great either. And now Silas coming forward with the ball for Stuttgart. Thiago Thomas is there, and it's a perfect save from Christensen. He was awarded in the Team of the Week. Well, he was put in the Team of the Week, I should say, for the last game week against Bayern, despite conceding 3 goals. So hopefully he can continue his good form, I guess, today as that corner falls to Haraguchi. Now Haraguchi with a chance to get a ball in. He plays it back to Anton instead. And then Toussaint with a great challenge there, the defensive midfielder. Half-time, we haven't really had much of an attacking threat so far. So I'm gonna take Kanga off. We're going to bring on Stefan Jovetic up front. And we're going to do what we did last game. We're going to move Boetius out to left wing. Richter's coming off. Kevin Prince Boateng coming on. So we'll see how these changes help us out. We have pushed our 2 wingers to inverted wingers on attack. Jovetic is playing as an advanced forward on attack, and Boateng is an attacking midfielder on support. So 45 minutes left for us to try and get a goal. As things stand, Stuttgart would actually lift themselves out of the relegation zone and into the relegation playout place, which it's good for them, but not too great for us. A draw would, of course, pull us a bit closer to Schalke. Would be within 4 points of them. So Juremovic, the ball forward towards Jovetic. Anton heads it away. We've got the ball back, though, with Boetius, and that is a bad touch from him. But thankfully, the ball falls to Plattenhardt, and now Juremovic can start an attack once more. Long ball forward, looking towards Boetius. That's headed into the box, and Jovetic has taken advantage of a poor defensive header, and we've taken the lead completely against the run of play. Stefan Jovetic, just aware of what was happening around him. Mavropanos, I think it was, who was a defender that tried to head that back to the keeper without even looking to see if there was an attacker there. It was a Juranovic ball. Defender heads it, trying to get it to the keeper, but Jovetic is in between them, and Jovetic can just stick a foot out and open the scoring for us. We just need to hold on now. Okay, so I am slightly tempted to go a bit more defensive, but I'll not do that just for now. We are going to increase time wasting up, though, to frequently, just to make sure that we waste as much time as is possible. And Stuttgart have a free kick. It's Furyk to take it to the back post towards Gil Diaz. And, oh no, it's a handball. It's a penalty. Who did it? They're checking with VAR. And the penalty's been given. A chance for Stuttgart to get back on level terms. It was so nice 5 minutes ago when we scored, and Silas just fires that past the keeper. It's probably a good job that I didn't go more defensive then, isn't it? So we'll get rid of the time wasting. We're into stoppage time now, and it's Silas running forward for Stuttgart. Into the box, headed away. It's a Wagnerman. Wagnerman for Stuttgart, and it's a good save from Christensen. We've got 3 minutes left of injury time to try and do anything. Another chance now on 92nd minute. It's Silas. It looks like it's going to be another Stuttgart chance. Ball into the box. It's Guirassy across the face of goal, and Christensen does well once more. Christensen has kept us in this game. We didn't deserve to take the lead in the first place, but he has just made sure that we've not been beaten just yet, as we have a minute and a half to try and get a second goal. It's Furyk. Forward to Gil Diaz. Please, no. Not like this. It's Gil Diaz with a shot, and it's over the bar. 1 minute of injury time left. Less than 1 minute. I don't want to make any changes because I don't want to go more attacking and then concede a goal, because that's just the worst possible scenario. A draw is okay today. It's not the best, but it keeps us within touch and distance of Schalke, as Plattenhardt has the ball on the left-hand side. Can we get a last-minute winner? It's Boetius into the box, and that's a terrible touch. Just have to control it, and then we would have had a chance. But it is going to be game over once this throw is taken. We might not even get to the throw being taken. It's Plattenhardt to take the throw in. Ball into the box. And can Prince keep it in? He can, but it goes straight to the keeper. And there's the full-time whistle. It is a 1-1 draw at home to Stuttgart. In real life, this was actually a win for Hertha. So we are now officially doing worse than Hertha did in real life. So that result means that we move a little bit closer to Schalke and Stuttgart. We are 4 points adrift of both of them now. So just a win and a draw away from them with 3 games left to play. Ideally, we need to win all 3 of those games and then just hope for Schalke and Stuttgart to drop points. Before we take a look at the teams that will be playing in those final 3 games, let's just have a look at the side-by-side of the league table so we can see that we are 2 points worse off at the bottom of the table. Schalke, at this stage, were 15th on the official, the real table. They are 3 points worse off. Stuttgart are exactly where they were on 27 points, which is 1 point worse off than real life. And then at the top of the table, Bayern on 62 points. So they must have either lost or not played. They've not played yet. Bayern and Dortmund haven't played yet, so we can't really focus on those two. But Union Berlin are 1 place higher than they were. Leipzig are down in 5th instead of 3rd. Freiburg up in 4th rather than 5th. And Leverkusen still in 6th. And then Wolfsburg are all the way down in 9th, with Mainz replacing them as the final European qualifier. Now, let's take a look at who we've got in our last 3 games. We've got Köln, who are 11th in the Bundesliga. We've got Bochum, who are 13th. And then last game of the season, we've got 9th placed Wolfsburg. That is not a nice run-in. We compare that to Stuttgart, who have 6th place Leverkusen. That's a tough game. 7th place Mainz. And 15th place Hoffenheim. So I'd argue their run-in's probably a bit tougher than ours. And then Schalke, well, they've got Bayern, and then Frankfurt, and then Leipzig. So we probably have the easiest run-in out of the 3 teams that are really involved in the relegation battle. So next episode, we will do all 3 of those games against Köln, Bochum and Wolfsburg. Hopefully we will pick up some wins and get ourselves out of the relegation places. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all our content when it comes out. Hit the notification bell to stay notified. I'll see you next time.